Hi, it's Jane here from craftwithjane.co.uk, and today I'm taking part in the Stamp Around UK blog hop, and the theme is layers and textures. And I've made this really cute vellum wrapped invitation. So this could be used for maybe a party invitation, a wedding invitation. I'm actually making these because I'm hosting my parents' 50th wedding anniversary party. And so I've made these to send out to the guests, and because it's 50 years, it's golden. So all of my accessories, so my texture is in gold, and my layers are gold, white and vellum. So that's the theme, and I hope I've met the brief. So I'm going to show you some of the products that I've used. So I've used this beautiful vellum layers, and it's actually called Vellum Layering Designs, and it comes in these absolutely gorgeous pieces of vellum, which have got black designs as well as white. And there's like newspaper print, like a vintage map, and this beautiful lettering scripty font. And I've used the white to complement the theme here. So you can see, if I take this out, maybe you'll be able to see a bit better. Sorry. So this one is the scripty font in the white. And for today's project, I'm going to be using the map in the white as well. So I'm going to be sending this one to my uncle and this lovely scripty one to my aunt. So I have cut one of the 12 by 12 pieces down. So I'm going to do this in metric, but I will also make sure, if you follow the links below to my blog, that I do this in imperial as well. So this is 12 inches or 30 centimetres, and I've cut it down to just about 14.5 centimetres, which is approximately 5 3/4 inches. And I'm going to score using my trimmer because I want very gentle scoring, because I don't want it to actually cut through the vellum. So I'm going to, so I can apply the pressure that I want. So I'm going to apply a gentle pressure a few times. I'm not going to press too hard because I don't want it to cut. And I'm just then going to really loosely fold along there the line, just there. Lovely. So that is where I've folded, and then I'm going to turn the paper, and I'm going to do exactly the same here. So I'm going to take it to the 10 centimetre mark, and I'm going to lightly score a few times and just be really gentle. And I'm going to again fold this over at the line and just gently, I'm not going to burnish, gently fold along that line, so it gives me a nice crease along both, but it doesn't actually tear. I'm gonna trim from the top scored piece there to the edge of the outer, and this is to create the triangle wrap for each side of the vellum wrap. So there we go. I'll put that to one side, so I'm going to use that in a second. So you can see that's that side. So now on this side, I'm going to need to take it from that corner to the outer corner here. So I'm going to put that like that and have that just like that. And then I'm going to cut again. Lovely. Okay. So I now have my wrap just there. So I'm going to make a piece for the bottom now. So I'm going to do it at approximately 2.5 centimetres or 1 inch, and I'm lining that up. I'm going to trim it down, and I'm going to trim it like this, and I'm going to score it at the 1/2 inch or 1 and 1.2 centimetres. And I'm going to score that in the centre, again lightly scoring, and then I'm going to bring it like this, and this is going to create the bottom of the envelope wrap, and it's going to sit, I'm going to trim it obviously a bit shorter, but it's basically going to sit like that. So I know that I need my piece to measure about 10 centimeters or 4 inches. So I'm just going to take off a little bit. Oops. Try and do that a bit better than I did. There you go. And that is my flap now. So you can round the corners if you would like to, just by doing this with your corner rounder if you have one, or you can leave it straight, not a problem. So there you go, we've got 2 rounded corners just there. So I'll pop that out of the way and just move my trimmer, because that's the end of that. I'm going to flatten this back out for a second, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to just put a little bit along the bottom, because this tends to not show through, so it's perfect when you're actually sticking with vellum. This and a well concealed glue spot are the ideal. So that's there, so you can see if I turn it over you can't really see the glue, so that's great. Do this, there we go, and there you go, press it down like that. I'm going to hold it down, and then I'm going to bring it up like this and press it down, and that creates the bottom of the vellum wrap just there. So that's quite sweet. Now I'm going to use a mini glue dot, and I'm going to just centrally place it to hold. So I want it to maintain its flat, and I'm just going to pop it about here and press it down, and it's sort of gently hold that into place. And I might put another one down in this corner just here to hold that bottom together, because these are relatively, as long as you keep them flat, they're relatively well hidden, a bit like the tape. There we go. So that's there. So now I'm going to use the beautiful gold shimmer ribbon. So I'm coming to the end of this roll, so I've got my next roll lined up ready to go, and that's going to create the beautiful wrap around my card. So I'm just going to do this. Might get a bit longer. There we go. And then just wrap it and tie a gorgeous bow just to the side like this. And so I love the idea of a handmade invitation or card for a special occasion. There's just nothing nicer than sending out a beautiful invite. So there we go. So that's out the side just like that. It's quite a big bow. I might pull it down a little bit and trim a little bit off. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just going to get out my paper snips. I'm going to trim this, oops, like that, and I'm going to trim this one like that. So how cute is this starting to look? I'm just going to lower it a little bit so it covers my glue dot, and I can press it down on the glue dot, which will hold it in place. Okay, so next I'm going to use some of this absolutely gorgeous twine in this lovely neutral colour, and I'm going to get out one of the beautiful open leaf trinkets. These are stunning and they feel so beautiful and weighty, and I'm going to thread my twine around here, and I'm going to tie my trinket on. So I'll thread this through here like that, and then I'll tie my trinket on and do a cute little bow as well. Perfect. So I'll just make sure my trinket's in the right place. Lovely. And then I'll tie my little bow and do a little bit of trimming of the excess. Oops. Sorry, got a bit excited there. Lovely. I'm going to make my bow a little bit smaller, just because I just want a cute little bow. 2 little tails. There you go. And my trinket. So that is it tied into place just there with the trinket hanging down. So it's looking quite sweet. So this card is 10.2 centimeters by 14.5, which measures 5 3/4 by 4 inches. And I've cut it out of this beautiful metallic gold, and it is to go inside the layer, the vellum layer just here. So I'll pop that in. I just want to make sure it fits. Yeah, it fits. So I could, I'm going to decorate the front now while I'm here, because I have put a layer just here which I'm going to write on, but you might decide to leave this blank and write on the back of the card, or you might have you know, a printed layer that you would like to put on the gold there. So I'm going to use the Blessings of Home stamp set, and I'm going to use What a Beautiful Day for Love, and I've gold embossed this, and I've used the smallest rectangle from the Stitch Rectangle dies on the wider one just here. So I've done that in advance, and I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape just to initially stick it on the back. So I'll just pop a little bit so I'm just going to make sure I'm going to stick it only on the bottom just here, because of the V here. I've got to be careful not to stick it where it might need to be free and not attach. And I'll just take the backing off, and then I'm going to use the amazing glue dots to continue. So I'm going to find somewhere where I think the central spot might be on this card. I think about there is good. I'm just going to turn it to me to look. Yeah, about there looks good. Perfect. So I'm going to press that down just there, and then I'm going to use the glue dots to stick the 2 top corners in place. So I want to keep the glue dot flat again if I can, and I'm just going to turn it around and pop a glue dot under there, stick it down, and I'm going to do the same the other corner. So I'll just take my glue dot off, trying to keep it as flat as possible. I'll raise this corner up and stick it just down like that. And then I'm just going to move my bow a little bit to the side just to make sure you can see that a beautiful day. And then I'm going to put another little bit of texture. I'm going to use one of these beautiful, they're called red and green adhesive back dots, but I think they're called festive adhesive back dots in the catalogue, because they've got gold, silver, this lovely sort of tealy green, and this beautiful red. It's like a candy colour red, a sweet red. There you go. So I'm going to just take one off there. I'm going to add it down here. Now you can cut a layer. This is a layer I've cut out of white, and I've used the contour dies, and I've actually used the second one in just here, which you can then adhere to the front of this to create this layer that you can write on, or you can print out and cut out. But for this one, I'm going to leave it like this, because I'm going to actually write on the back for my invitation, because I quite like it with the gold showing here, particularly as it's 50th. So this is my finished project for my Stamp Around the UK video hop. So I do hope you've enjoyed it. I think it sort of meets the brief of textures and layers, because we've got different layers. And the texture comes in the form of these beautiful trinkets, you know, the bows and the little gold dots here as well. So there are lots and lots of other people that take part in this fantastic hop. So please do follow the links below in my description, and do hop along. Do engage with everybody. If you're not already subscribed to myself or any of the other people in the hop, please do consider subscribing. We do this event every single month, so you'll have lots of fantastic projects to view if you do. And do comment and like. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you would be interested in purchasing Stampin' Up products, please do consider shopping with me. I'm always very grateful. I do send out handmade cards, and if you use my host code and a qualifying order, you get handmade gifts and products and things like that sent out to you as a thank you. So I am going to say bye for now, guys, and happy crafting.